zoomed in there. Oh my goodness.
I think this is gonna be a cake.
I'm not complaining, I'm sure it'll be delicious.
So I've asked you guys what you want me to do while I talk, because I figured at some point it's probably not that engaging or interesting when I just stand or sit down and talk. I could do something at the same time, be productive, and God knows Fen could use the help in the kitchen. So I gave you some options on a YouTube poll, and you all decided that you want me to cook while I do my rants. Let's fucking do it. I'm definitely not a cook. I honestly don't cook almost at all. And I don't really follow any recipe. I kind of just read like the list of ingredients and amounts and I just go for it. Today, the thing that I want to talk about most is boundaries in relationships. It's something I've been thinking of a lot. So there's definitely a recipe out there. I'm not gonna do it though. I'm doing my best. I tried dressing up a little bit nicer. Arranging my kitchen a little bit. Let's talk about boundaries in relationships. When it comes to boundaries, I used to have like none. So in the past few years, maybe even like the past 2 years, I would say, I had pretty good boundaries and pretty good relationships. I did lose some friendships, but that's okay. It's natural that it happens sometimes. And honestly, I'm really happy with the people in my life right now. Let's get, it says 1 cup. I know this is way bigger than 1 cup, but fucking fuck it. I'm just gonna use it as the measuring for all the cups, and then it's gonna be proportional. At least it works in my brain. No way, that's so much sugar, dude. And then I have like the same amount for brown sugar, and no, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna do 1 cup of both together.
Hi.
Come on,
What?
be my fan, not America Wizard.
I am your Fen, and Fen doesn't do fucking sunlight.
That's fair. So, it's a Saturday, and fun fact, in Israel, most things are closed on a Saturday, but our kibbutz has a little coffee place that's open and serves some food, so we're gonna have a little breakfast date.
Oh, these things work great.
It was really, really hard in the past to set boundaries because I didn't feel like I deserved my boundaries to be respected. I didn't respect my own boundaries. I don't think I was so good at respecting other people's boundaries in some situations as well. Not knowing how to say I've had it with an argument. Not knowing how to say a specific relationship or friendship is not good for me. Instead, I would think if I ever voiced a boundary, everyone would just leave me or say that I'm cold. Now, the recipe says 2 flax eggs. I don't have those, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use maple, because usually maple in like the vegan desserts acts similarly to eggs because it's sticky and it just holds things together. I forgot the main ingredient, flour. Like, I don't always feel complete with it because I still feel like if I set a boundary, then I'm mean or rude in some way. And don't think the way that I do. You're allowed to set boundaries. Actually, you really should. I genuinely believe that most arguments in the world happen because of some issue around boundaries. I believe most things, most arguments, most issues in relationships can be solved by just the ability to understand your own needs, wants, set boundaries, and respect the other person's boundaries.
I feel like there's a comment to be made about the pillows. That's it.
The issue is that a lot of times people turn it into an insult. Like, say, I don't know, you don't want to go to the beach someday with your friends. If they're chill, they'd be just cool with it. But if they're not, they could pull off a, well, I thought you didn't like, well, it's everywhere. I thought you liked hanging out with me. Why don't you want to go? You know, and and try digging through it and trying to argue against your boundary of saying, I don't want to do that. And with that said, I'm not saying that it's not also okay to sometimes stretch boundaries. Sometimes, try new things, like decide to do something that is really important for another person that you didn't really feel like doing, but that has to come from your desire to try new things. It has to come from, okay, my partner really wants to do X, I don't really feel like it, but I'm willing to give it a try, whatever it is. Maybe you don't like parties and they want to go to parties, maybe you'll try. You try with still respecting your own freedom to stop at any time, communicating it with your partner, with your friends, with your family, anything at all. Many times I hear people that I love, friends and family, having issues that would all be solved by just respecting someone's boundary. Someone wants to do something that you don't want to do, they should almost always just not do it with you. And it shouldn't be oh, I thought you loved me. Most of the time, when it comes to friends and family, I feel that most of their issues would be solved by respecting each other's boundaries. Like, say if you're in an argument and the other person wants to end the argument, just end it. Don't pressure it. Say you're in an outing with friends and you want to go home. They shouldn't force you to stay. All of that is just boundaries. But it can come down to much, much more delicate things. It's too liquidy, so I'm gonna add some more flour. I know I'm supposed to add more sugar, but I'm not gonna do that. For example, I used to have a hard time when someone, like a partner or even a friend, told me that they needed space. I used to have really bad abandonment anxiety, and it just kind of caused me to freak out. Like, what do you mean you need space? You don't want to hang out with me at every second of your day, all of the time? That means you must hate me. You probably want to leave me and we should talk it out. And I was just really not good at respecting those. And then I learned with Ben that, sometimes he's just overwhelmed or something. And he's just like, hey babe, I'm gonna need space for the next hour. I'm gonna play some video games.
Don't eat the phone.
When I have disrespected that in the past, it would not go well because we would either argue or have unproductive conversations. Like, I would always try to talk about, it's so liquidy, oh. And I used to have friends that took it farther and would pressure me to do things I didn't want, go to places I didn't want, etc. But the friendships that I have now, I know those people would never pressure me to do anything that I don't want to do. At most, there could be a conversation where it's like, hey, I really want to do that thing. I know you don't really want to. Would you mind trying it out? Because I think it'll be really good for us. I think you'll enjoy it. You want to try it out. I think it's fine if you stretch your boundaries a little bit when it's your choice. I never think it should come from being guilted to do anything. We got some butter. I have some basic boundaries in my life that I would recommend everyone to have. Never ever do anything that has to do with their body that they don't want to do. And that can go as far as from doing a hike you don't want to do to having more sex that you want to do, to eating something you don't want to eat. Don't ever do any of that just because anyone pushes you to. Don't eat something you don't want to eat. Don't let a partner guilt you into more sex or doing any kinks or anything like that that you don't want to do. Don't let anyone force you to go anywhere that you don't want to go. And if they do, and if it costs the relationship, it should have. The hard reality of it is when you don't listen to your body, and when the people around you are dismissive of it, you would often end up in situations that hurt you. At least I can say for neurodivergent people, we are very, very sensitive and perceptive. We get overwhelmed quickly. And it can be a texture of a food item you didn't like, or feeling overwhelmed by a sexual thing, or feeling really overwhelmed by the lights in a party, to noises or smells. Also, it's like one of those things that are always a struggle with me, Ben, because I always want the windows open because I'm so sensitive to smells, and he doesn't notice them at all. And he also always wants the windows closed because he doesn't like being stared at by random people in the street. When it comes to that, we just try to respect each other's boundaries and have it some of the time closed, some of the time open. We kind of get both.
Hi. Hello. Oh, super zoomed in there. Oh my goodness.
So it is still too liquidy. I'm adding more flour, but since I've added so much more flour, I'm gonna add a little bit more baking soda to compensate. Thinking back to a past relationship, my consent was never a factor. Completely dismissed. I would never let anything like that happen to me today without giving up on a relationship. I've let go of many relationships because people say yelled at me or blamed me for things they haven't done. I can't really deal with that. Like in general, anyone yelling at me is like already, you're very, very close at that point to never talking to me again. Because for me, yelling at someone is being aggressive, it's being violent to a certain extent. And I can't do that. And I'm not saying the second someone raises their voice, it means you should never talk to them again. But if it happens repeatedly, I would not keep that person in my life. That's a really healthy boundary to have, in my opinion. And also, it precedes a lot of worse stuff. If someone is someone who yells a lot, they are someone who's trying to take the lead and overpower you. That comes as a red flag. Fenrir, my darling, never yells at me. And thank fuck, because if he did, we would have not stayed together. I'm often told by people that I have too strict boundaries or high expectations of people, and I'm like, yeah, you should do better. I know I'm a perfectionist, and I know I don't have many friends, but I have Fenrir, and I have a few other really, really good friends that I can talk completely freely with and feel completely safe with. And that is the most precious thing in the world, and I'm so, so happy of the choices that I've made in my life that didn't leave me with the 20 other friends I used to have that were useless relationships that eventually died out. So my point is, respect your boundaries. Love, care for the people around you. Never ever do anything that your body doesn't want to. Allow yourself to stretch your boundaries only when it doesn't come from manipulation or force. Only when you are genuinely curious to try something or are willing to make a small stretch for someone that you love.
So the recipe said 2 cups of dairy-free chocolate.
I may have schemed through the recipe.
So you saw the words dairy-free and you thought it meant milk.
Yeah.
But you didn't read the part next to the dairy-free that says chocolate chips.
Yeah, I just read. I was just like, usually in vegan cookies and cakes, there's like, vegan milks. Mm-hmm. So I was like, all right, 2 cups.
Yeah.
Does that say anything? Like, do I need to add vegan milks at all?
No, it doesn't. Well, butter. Like, that's the only vegan dairy you need.
I think this is gonna be a cake.
I'm not complaining. I'm sure it'll be delicious. Thank you.
No. Does the recipe call for apple vinaigrette? It does not. I'm gonna put some anyway because this is now ending up being a cake and not cookies. And I think usually when it comes to a cake, I really shouldn't be cooking. I don't know what I'm doing, but fuck it, we ball.
What?
Do you like coconut in cakes?
I don't think I've ever had coconut in cake, so I have no idea.
What? I've had coconut in so many cakes. Ooh, I should put bananas in it.
Like the coconut itself, like coconut flakes, makes me cough because of the texture, but I do like the taste.
Fair. At this point, I have no idea what I'm making, but hopefully it'll be good. Smashing the banana, thinking about stuff I hate. Peanut butter. Well, another thing that I wanted to talk about is the fact that intentions are overrated. I don't really think that it is that important whether you tried to hurt someone or hurt them by mistake. Because I think in the end of the day, what matters is they got hurt. And you should either manage expectations with them or realize that relationship doesn't work, or ideally figure out a way to be sensitive to them naturally so that they don't get hurt. Being naturally sensitive is completely underrated. I genuinely believe that almost all the time, people don't intend to hurt one another, at least not friends and family. In that case, I think it's a really, really important goal for people to learn how to be naturally sensitive to one another. And it's also really important that that natural sensitivity does not cross your boundaries. So it's really important that you're able to be sensitive to another person without giving up on your own limits on things. Another point that's really important with that is that almost always, if not always, someone's boundary is more important than someone's want or desire to do anything. So if someone doesn't want to do something, I find that's more important than doing something you do want to do. Because if someone does something they want to do, maybe they'll enjoy it, maybe they'll have some value in it. But if someone does something they don't want to do, that usually isn't as fun for both people, and it also causes a lot of resentment. And in some situations, it causes trauma. This is, do this and hope for the best. It is not even smooth. I don't know how to bake, but I'm doing my best and that should be appreciated. At least I don't burn rice cookers. White chocolate chip cookies. Also, no milk because I don't like milk. Oh, you know what I should also add? Pecans. Pecans are never a bad idea, right? I mean, well, they're a pretty bad idea if you're allergic to them, but... Ooh, that's gonna be so pretty. Nuts and maple is usually a pretty good choice. Can you help me set the oven? So pretty though.
Yeah, what up?
Can you help me set the oven?
Yeah, sure.
I just realized these roses might burn.
What?
Nothing.
You know, normally roses are garnish on desserts, not something to be baked with.
Yeah, you probably have a point.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to what I was doing.
It is time to see my creation. Ooh, she's beautiful. I don't know if she's gonna taste good though. Let's see. That was supposed to be a chocolate chip cookie, but it's really good.